Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Poolside Cigar Reviews with Kirk. You don't see me right now because I'm behind the camera, and we are going to discuss humidors and humidification. I got a question this week about what humidors I recommend for someone getting their first humidor, and I'd kind of like to review my very first humidor purchase and let you know about humidification. So I'll go ahead and get started talking about this humidor. What you're seeing right now is a humidor that I bought about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more, off of cheaphumidors.com. This is, I believe it's the Pompeii 2, something like that. It's a glass top humidor, as you can see, and I think the capacity is 125, something like that. One thing I will say is that the capacity number really changes depending on what vitola of cigars you have and how full you want the humidor to be. First thing you want to do when you buy a humidor is make sure you have a good hygrometer. So this is just a Cigar. You can see I was sitting at 68% humidity. It's 72 degrees, about perfect for Arizona. And this was seasoned properly when I bought it. It has two trays, a top tray that comes out, and a bottom tray underneath. Put this to the side here. And it does come with a humidification unit. Most humidors do. This is a standard humidification unit. It just has florist foam back behind that grate, and you can fill it with distilled water or PG solution. I actually don't use this. This is dry. What I use these beads. These are Cigar Caddy beads. I got these from cheaphumidors.com when I bought this humidor. This is a 2-ounce jar. I think you can pick one of these up for a few bucks, probably $5 or $6. The other thing that I use, and that's in the bottom of my humidor, and the top part, I keep a cigar bar. This is from Cigar. I also throw this in my travel humidor if I go anywhere. This is pretty handy to have. I think a lot of people tend to over humidify, so I just keep those two units. So I have my, over in this corner on the bottom, I've got my jar of beads, and up here on the top, I have my cigar bar. So that's really all I use, just those two items. And my humidor is pretty full. I have no idea exactly how many cigars I have, but I keep it pretty full. It's been fuller, but I've been trying to buy fewer cigars and smoke more lately because it's getting pretty full. So this is a great humidor. It's got an awesome seal. You can't hear that because there's a whoosh of air. So this is a great humidor. This was my first one. I think you can pick one up for around $100. I love it. Anyone who tells you that you can't get a good humidor online, I don't know, maybe some are defective, but this one has been awesome. So I'll move on to a couple other units that I have. Actually, I have two of these. This is just a standard Thompson desktop unit. I got this off the Thompson auction website for, I think, like $13. And this is a 40 count humidor, I believe. And these are Bovita packs. And what I do for these, now these two are kind of hard. What I generally do is I started with two, and as they start to kind of go soft, I add a new one. This one's got plenty in it. And then when one gets really hard, I throw it out and add another one. So I generally have a good rotation. Two that are almost dead and one that's pretty much new. And as I don't have a hygrometer in here because I don't think I need 3 hygrometers. Again, I have 2 of these that are pretty full. And I just occasionally rotate my hygrometer from one to the other. But as you can see, this is a great little unit. $13. This really does. It doesn't feel like it's got a great seal. You can hear it. But this thing holds humidity like a champ. I have no problems with this at all. So again, people who tell you can't use a cheap humidor, I think they're full of it because I have no problems at all. And my last one is essentially the same. I'll just show that for good measure. But you can see, I don't have any dividers in this. This is my cheap cigar humidor. So there's no dividers. It's just all my golfing sticks and stuff that I give to friends that don't smoke cigars. But it works. And hang on just a second and I'll give you some general humidor tips. Okay, I'd like to go over just some more basic beginner humidor tips. The first thing I'd say is capacity wise, think of whatever you want to store and then multiply it by about 3. I bought a 125 count because I thought, oh, that's way more than I need. I don't smoke that many cigars. I smoke a cigar a week. I don't need more than a couple boxes worth. But I had read online that people need more than that. I filled this sucker up in no time. I think I bought 80 cigars when I bought my humidor to start, and now I have 3 humidors, you saw, and they're all pretty full. So I would recommend going bigger rather than smaller because you're going to want something bigger. The other thing that I would recommend if you're buying a humidor, don't do what I did and don't load it up with cheap cigars, especially if you're new to smoking. Cigars International, Thompson has got a lot of big samplers that look like such a great deal that you're buying cigars for $2 a stick, $1.50 a stick. Oh, you think I can't go wrong on $1.50 a stick, but let me tell you, yes, you can go wrong on $1.50 a stick, and it sucks when you have, if you buy all that stuff, you smoke for a few months, a year, next thing you know, you've got about 60, 100 sticks that you never want to smoke, and that's not cool. So I would say just do some research. Definitely shop at B&M's. If you're not sure, if you don't really know that much about cigars, my recommendation would actually be to hold off on a humidor because your instinct is going to be to fill it up. And if you don't know much about cigars, you're probably going to fill it up with some pretty substandard cigars. So I would say if you haven't been smoking for a while, don't buy a humidor. I know it sounds cool. Maybe get a travel humidor that you can put 5 or 6 sticks in, with a little cigar bar like what I had. But don't buy a humidor until you know what you're doing, because I'm not saying I don't shop online. I absolutely do shop online. I do buy from Cigars International. On occasion I do buy from Thompson, although rarely. I do a lot of shopping at B&M's to figure out what I like. Then I look for deals online. So I know, for example, this month Cigar International has got a deal where if you buy a box of Drew Estate Undercrowns, you get a 14 cigar sampler with Drew Estate, with like my Uzis, Mahoy de Nicaraguas, a couple more Undercrowns. So you get 39 cigars for anywhere between like $160 and $250, and that's an awesome deal. You're getting some great Drew Estate cigars for like $4 a piece. So anyway, that's what I would recommend. If you're going to get a humidor, get a bigger one. Don't fill it up with crap. If you haven't been smoking that long, I would say don't get a humidor yet. Hang off. So anyway, that's just some basic information on humidors. Pardon me. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer your questions. I haven't had any problems keeping my humidity regulated. So, and I live in southern Arizona where we have like no humidity. So I feel like I got a pretty good handle on how to season the humidor, keeping the humidity regulated. I haven't been doing it for years, but I've probably got a good 20 months or so that I haven't had any problems with. No problems with beetles, stuff like that. I have some knowledge on that. So if you have any questions, let me know. The other thing that I wanted to bring up today is I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to review next week. So I have a couple ideas. Let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see. So I guess I'll pick 3. I'll make it easy, and you can tell me what you'd like to see me review. I've got this Oliva Serie V Melanio. I've definitely been looking forward to that. What else do we have in here that looks good? I've got a Alec Bradley Nica Puro. I've had this for a while as well. I've smoked plenty of those before. I've never had a Melanio, so this would be a naked review. But I have had the Nica Puro. What else? Something down here. I just picked this up a couple weeks ago. This is an Aging Room M21. I'm a huge fan of boutique blends. So that's 3. And let's just, hell, for good measure, let's pick a fourth. Here, how about this? Brand new in my humidor, brand new to my B&M. This is Christoph 685 Woodlawn Glen Case series. So that's a pretty cool perfecto shaped cigar. So those are the 4 choices. So let me know what you'd like to see me review. The choices are the Melanio, the Nicapuro, the Christoph, or what was the 4th? It was down here. Oh, the Aging Room M21. So let me know what you'd like to see, and that's what I'll review next weekend. So thank you very much, guys, for stopping by. I hope you learned a little bit about humidors, if that's what you were interested in. Again, let me know if you have any questions. But anyway, have a great week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Have a great week, everybody.